Libra, someone has sorely and sadly underestimated you in a big, big way. Okay, there's something going on here in your energy where it's like someone refuses to acknowledge your depth, or they just don't see it. Maybe you don't show it to them, but you got receipts, you got book knowledge, you got experiential knowledge. You have everything at your disposal that you need. You have experience, you have accolades, you've done it. You're solid, you're foundational, and you're nurturing yourself right now in something that you want to grow. Something artistic, perhaps. And there's another energy. It could be a collective energy. It could be someone in your life that is like grossly underestimating you, or devaluing you in some way, or just kind of coming at you with this superficial information or superficial vibe. And I feel like it's just annoying you because you're such a deep, wise soul, and like you have this universe inside of you, okay? And like it comes through in your eyes. People are drawn to you. And then when they realize that they can't actually cross a boundary, a protective boundary that you have around yourself, an astral shield is what I'm getting, that you have protecting your inner universe and all your visions, like your creative visions, maybe even your psychic visions. Like once they realize that they cannot cross that boundary, then they like place some kind of judgment on you. They project some kind of stuff on you. Like they tell you you're superficial, that you're vapid. Like it's strange, because why were they drawn to you so much in the first place then? It was because they saw a depth in you, and they're just upset that they can't access it. Okay? And so I've been working with your energy all day, Libra. And in the first bit of me working with you, and I got some messages and I was pulling out some cards, I felt like this uncertainty come through. This uncertainty of who you are, where you're going, and maybe you need to embrace some change, etc., etc. And I had to stop for a second and be like, this is not Libra's energy. This is somebody else's energy. It just did not feel like your energy. And it left me feeling really confused and uncertain. I was like, that's not right. So whose energy is this? Whose energy is it that's coming into your field? Maybe this is things you're listening to and they're like starting to like get their tentacles into whatever it is that you're thinking and creating with a clear head. And now they're introducing some confusion, like could be media stuff or teachers or something like this, or a group of people. Or it's like specific individuals in your life or a person who's introducing some uncertainty, some chaos, some lack of clarity, and it's like they're projecting it onto you. I'm hearing clickbait. And I also feel like, yeah, it's like, hold on. It's like you're just fed up. You're just fed up with the shallow interactions that people decide to have with you based on their own projections of you. I feel like some of you Libras really should get to know each other. Maybe you want to talk in the comments. I don't know. But it feels like you need to be around people who really get your depth and intensity. And I understand you don't always show everybody what you're thinking because it's not necessary. But it doesn't mean you're not thinking about a lot of things. And I got this message that you have receipts. Like you have stuff to back up what you're thinking and what you're saying. Some of you are building some kind of case here and it's very solid, or like maybe you should think about building some kind of case. It could be metaphorical, actual. Others of you are nurturing this new creative idea, but I feel like you're just kind of fed up with the people around you, their drama, and just like their lack of intelligence, lack of creativity, lack of insights. It's like boring almost to you is what I'm getting. Okay. So the card that came out to represent your overall energy is Eyes of the Eagle, rising above the fray. And this card talks about seeing things from a higher perspective. and rising above any drama and uncertainty that's going on in the collective or around you. This is being able to see right through people's bullshit, which you are so good at. You know, you are the Justice card in the tarot. Of course you can see through people's bullshit. That's kind of your job. It's kind of an exhausting job to be given, but you have that capacity. And I feel like it's kind of this energy I'm picking up on. It's like really frustrated because you can see through other people's bullshit. Like you're even allergic to other people's bullshit. Maybe your nose starts running when you sense some kind of bullshit. Okay, or pay attention to that. You get like itchy in some way. But other people treat you like you can't even see it. And maybe that's something to embrace, Libra. Because if you have a big advantage at your disposal, okay, being able to rise above the fray and see through people's bullshit, all while they think they can fool you, that gives you a big advantage. When someone underestimates someone, I mean, that's a bad move. You should never underestimate anybody. Okay? And I feel like you're hearing whack-a-mole. I feel like you're about to just like whack someone over their head with facts, or just maybe you're just going to turn your back on someone and not even put up with this stuff anymore. Maybe you're going to just start your own company and say, forget it, I'm done with that. Like, I don't need you. And Libra, you don't need anybody, but you like people. You like to connect with others, but you got to connect with the right people here. Your supportive energy here is nurture. So this is great. You're nurturing something that's very important to you, that's very significant, that has potential for growth, or at least this is in the cards. If you're not doing that right now, then this is where you should move towards. It's nurturing what you're passionate about, nurturing what comes from within you and your inner universe, nurturing what lights you up inside. And again, some of you have a new creative idea and it's in its beginning stages, and you're just feeling around with what you could do next, or where you could go, or who you could be, or how you want something to be. It hasn't fully formed. And you have to maybe protect that a little bit more, because there is this outside energy that's like coming in and being like, no, Libra's really uncertain. Libra doesn't really know what's going on. Libra has no clue. No, that's not what's happening. It's not what's happening. I don't know who this energy is. Maybe we should Palo Santo them out of here. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm delivering this like in a kind of dramatic way, which isn't really. Anyways, it's a part of me. So maybe this is a message here too, to embrace that part of you that doesn't take bullshit and call it out for what it is. Because you can be very polite. Now, it's going to depend on everyone's chart and everything, but Libra energy can be very polite. Even when somebody's being a total a-hole, or just being stupid and belligerent, it's like you could sit there and be like, like inside you're like, oh my God. So maybe you need to either turn your back from this, or you need to say like, you don't know what you're talking about, or that's not my story, or that's a projection, or you need to like call something out in a little bit of a way. Did I tell you this already? Because the challenge is the growth card in reverse. It's like somebody is trying to uproot something that you're trying to grow. And I feel like it is specifically an outside energy. Okay, I don't feel like this is a part of you. I mean, everything could always be you with you. So if that makes more sense, go for it. But I am really getting the vibe that this is just like other people. Okay? It's like they don't get it. They lack depth. They make assumptions. They generalize you. I'm getting like they maybe they categorize you or generalize you. Like, oh, Libra's a teacher and this is how all teachers are. Or Libra's a bank clerk, and this is how, you know, whatever it is that you do. Maybe there's something like that going on. Stereotype you. That's it. Generalize, stereotype you. So let's get the cards out, Libra, and see what's going on. This is interesting energy for sure. Actually, let me start with what it is that you're nurturing and growing. What is it that Libra is nurturing? Actually, I want to use these cards. I'm going to need the book, though, I think. Look here. 1 second, Libra. I want to see what it is that you're nurturing and growing. I'll put all the names of the cards in the description box below. No, see, no. What came out is marshmallow. I'm sure this is a beautiful plant with a lot of different great meanings, but immediately I'm like, this is how people want to perceive you, or how they want you to perceive yourself, even as like fluffy, or just like an accessory to the hot chocolate. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's see. I don't know whose energy this is, but it's pretty strong. Or maybe you're just having a big reaction to this and I'm picking up on that, you know? Let's see. What is it that Libra's nurturing? Let's chill out. I'm hearing I'm chill. Of course you are. And that perturbs people as well. Thistle. Ooh. Look at these gates. We have number 45, which equals a 9, which is a very significant number when it comes to individuality, independence, completion, also magic. All the qualities that you hold. Let's see. 45. Sword of Courage. That's what it says right here. See, that's you, Justice. Sword of Courage, holding your sword of courage. Thistle is a loving warning. A kind-hearted messenger armed with swords. See, this is you. You're a kind-hearted messenger here to these people. Maybe someone's cross-watching for you, I don't know. To other people who underestimate you. You're kind-hearted, but you got swords. Swords of courage and truth and justice. Do not be afraid of this rough, spiky plant. They are an ally who comes to alert you to a message you must attend to. Thistle tells you to be courageous, to be afraid, and to know that the two go hand in hand. When we seek to avoid fear, to banish it from our lives, we drive it deeper into ourselves. Ooh, my ear's ringing right there. Okay, so maybe this misconception of you is actually conjuring up a little bit of fear of never being seen or understood. I could get that. Okay. Because you are a dynamic soul. You're not just this one thing. And having people misunderstand you or perceive you in this two-dimensional way could bring up a wound in which you weren't perceived for all of your complexity when you were younger, or in a marriage, I'm hearing. That's for someone specific. Okay. When we seek to avoid fear, to banish it from our lives, we drive it deeper into ourselves. When we can be brave enough to acknowledge our fears, to cohabitate with them while not allowing them to govern our lives, then we are truly courageous. Thistle invites you to stand in your feelings and own them, like the blast of color Thistle shares with the world. This is me. Yeah, this is what this whole message is. It's like you asserting yourself. This is me. Okay? I'm not this wallflower. I'm the thistle. Thistle is our friend when we have to cope, when crisis is a regular event in our lives, and when we have shock wired into us from frightening or harmful events that cause us to live with our knives and prickers always out. Sometimes this harm is directed at you or someone you love, and sometimes it is simply something that you are aware of. We often carry the feelings and experiences of others without even knowing it. And that's what was happening earlier when I was trying to do your reading. It's like I was reading the energy and and the message was fine and all that, but it was ambivalent, it was uncertain, and I was like, this is not Libra's energy. So you could be holding on to and carrying other people's energy or even their projections of you. Perhaps you've internalized some things here. Okay? What feelings and experiences of someone else are you carrying as your own? Let's release that. Thistle is here to stand guard while you learn to gracefully put down what is not yours to carry. Bristling with a cautionary energy, thistle is also a plant with the brightest, most exuberant, that word's been coming up a lot for me, exuberant, and delicate flowers. Follow thistle's example. Let your courage blaze out in glorious color and know that you have protection for all that you fear. Yeah, I feel like Spirit really wants you to just like shock them all by just being exactly who you are and not worrying if they can see you or if they can't see you. And always treat their projections of you, like when you know that whatever they're saying about you isn't true or accurate, always treat those projections or those statements as projections of who they really are or how they are handling their own Libran energy in their own chart. Because we all have all signs, right? Perhaps they are having a hard time with relationships, with truth, justice, balance, and clarity, logic. And they're pushing that out of them, refusing to look at how that's misfiring within them and pushing it out and putting it onto you. Okay? So always keep that in mind. Now, not everything is always a projection, right? Like sometimes people say things about us or to us and we'd like to say, no, that's not me. But really, there's something in that is a truth and we have to listen to it. But I'm sensing here in this reading, most of you are dealing with some projections, okay? And yeah, and I think we're fed up with it. I think the energy here and Spirit is like, let's not internalize that anymore. Let's drop that. Rise above the fray. And you have this beautiful, mysterious world in your eyes here. Look at that. That's what your eyes look like to me as I'm seeing them. Number 18, the moon. Like this deep, beautiful ocean of like emotions and creativity and depth and symmetry I'm hearing. And order as well as playfulness. You know, there's a lot of depth here. Right. Okay, so it's interesting how this card is black and white and they keep talking about a burst of color. So I feel like that's what you're nurturing right now is the color that you want to bring forward into the world. Because right now things could seem a little black and white or people are reading you as black and white. Okay. Or you're dealing with people like that and you're trying to bring more vibrancy into your life. Oh, I'm so glad, Libra, that I followed my intuition. And this is a message for you too, 1833, which is the moon and the master number of a great teacher. So it's using your intuition as a great teacher and to teach with that intuition, which you are doing. This is your message. That's for you. But I'm glad that I followed my intuition here because I almost was like, I'll just put out this reading and like, you know, maybe it's my own doubts. But something inside was like, no way. That ain't right. So I want you to listen to that, Libra, when you have that feeling. That ain't right. These aren't my thoughts. This isn't my feeling. That isn't the right energy. That's not who I am. I know who I am. Maybe you know who someone else is too. And to follow your intuition on that. Okay? And I also feel like you need to seek deeper connections with people who know themselves. People who really know themselves and are not competitive with you as well. And also want to water the garden with you, plant seeds alongside you, just to share the nutrients, to share the soil, to build a beautiful garden of diversity where no plant is the same, but they're all working together. That's what you need, okay? And I feel like there's maybe this other person or these other energies are competitive, okay? And they're trying to bring you down so that you don't shine, so that you start doubting yourself. That's, I'm hearing that's not going to happen on my watch, and I feel like that's spirit, or that's your team. I'm seeing Rosemary. Maybe that's a name that's significant for someone. Number 13 as well. Okay. Sorry if that was really loud. Let's get your cards, your tarot cards, and see what else Spirit wants to talk to you about, Libra. Three more for Libra's Spirit. Tell me more for Libra. I'm hearing sugar daddy. I don't know, maybe that means something to someone. Or someone's looking at you like you're a sugar daddy, or that you want to, I don't know. That seems like very specific. Okay, let's see. Libra's overall energy, Spirit. Queen of Pentacles. Yes, you know who you are. You're secure in yourself. You have the resources that you need. You earned it. And see this Queen of Pentacles? In the Rider-Waite, she's looking down at her pentacle. And because of that, sometimes she gets interpreted as like really concerned with herself and her own material world, and you know, she's kind of lacking awareness of the outside world. Sometimes in her shadow side, she gets interpreted in that way. But in this deck, she's looking straight forward. She's not focused on what she has because she knows it's not going anywhere. She's looking directly out at the world with these eyes in the sky too. The eagle eyes supporting her. So this is you, regardless of your gender. There's a confidence that you have that is bothering someone, Libra. And I know that you're not always confident. I mean, we all have our moments, right, of doubt. But that's not how other people see you. They see you as confident. But they wouldn't tell you that. Or somebody in particular. I'm sure you have beautiful people around you, but we're talking about this other energy now. The number 8 or octopus or something about tentacles is coming through, connected to them. Okay, let's see the rest of the cards, Spirit, and then we'll clarify. This is kind of jealousy as well, I feel. Wow. Your entire reading, except for the challenge, is pentacles. 4 pentacles at the bottom. Ooh, 7 of Swords was the next card hiding. Yeah, I feel like we're definitely talking about some energy that's a little cunning or deceptive or maybe even self-deceiving. So the pentacle is earth energy, but it's more than just earth energy. It's actually the culmination of all the elements, because we have an actual pentagram depicted, which represents the 4 elements: earth, air, water, fire, and the 5th element, spirit, in a circle. So all of these have come together, and that's what you're working with. You're working with all of the elements and spirit to nurture something, to grow something. I also feel like this is a message with all these pentacles that you are very well balanced. Maybe you have different elements in your chart that you're working with. You're working with your earth elements and your air elements. You know what I'm saying? Give me 1 second. I'm getting something like you're walking the pentacle path, the magical path, the path of abundance, the path of balance. I'm also seeing the tree of life here. You're working up the tree of life. I'm hearing otherwise known as the pentacle path. Interesting. I don't know exactly what that means. Have to look into that. Okay, there's something else. Hold on, just give me a second. There's something else that wants to come through here. Well, there's something about you being, I don't know if I should keep emphasizing this, but there's something about you being very grounded, stable, solid, secure, but also very creative and magical, and also analytic, logical, and smart, intelligent, and also fiery and passionate and spirited. Maybe you need to know that about yourself. Maybe you've forgotten how dynamic and complex and well-rounded you are. And this can be quite confronting for those who are not well-rounded. And if you are cross-watching for a Libra and you're getting kind of upset, then think about where Libra is in your chart. I'm probably talking to you. I read for those people who I'm connecting to. I'm not reading for somebody who's never going to watch this. Okay? So, Libra, I feel like there's a lot of abundance and success on the path ahead. There are a lot of things happening in the material world for you, a lot of opportunities with work, with laying foundations, with going up a level. You're going to receive an award and a recognition, and Spirit wants you to embrace this and be happy about this. Let's look at the cards a little further. So we have the Queen of Pentacles for your current energy. Yeah, let's clarify with these. Why not? Queen of Pentacles, tell me more, Spirit. We have intuition and devotion. This is why you're so secure and stable and confident. It's because you're devoted to your intuition. You're devoted to your eagle eye, your ability to see past, whatever somebody else is saying or putting on you. Okay, you've learned your lesson, I feel. You've learned your lesson that people don't understand you all the time. And it's not necessarily a reflection of you. I feel like I don't feel like you're angry about this. It's more like you're just annoyed. You're just annoyed. I feel like you're seeking connection with someone who is as deep and complex as you, and magical and well-rounded, and has a path and a vision and adventure and all of those things. And also sees that in you too. And that's pretty reasonable to me. So 8 of Pentacles for what you don't see coming. This is something to do with work or perfecting something in your life. What's this for the opportunity? Communication and attention. 1 second. There's something about commanding a presence here. Let me see. I feel like you're speaking off the cuff a little more, or you should. You're very smart, you're very logical, and you care a lot about what you say and how you communicate with others. And along with all of that, sometimes comes the propensity to plan out exactly what you want to say and how you want to say it, because you want to make sure that you get everything out, that you get all the facts out, that you bring all the receipts, that you choose the right words. You know, there could be a lot of preparation that you feel you need to have in your communication with others, especially if you feel misunderstood. But I feel like Spirit is saying the opportunity, and maybe this is in work, or maybe this is in general, the opportunity is to just say it how it is, speak it how it is. Because you are Libra, cardinal air, justice, it would be very hard for you, and I'm not saying it's impossible, I'm sure there's Libras who get there, but it would be very hard for you to get emotionally overwhelmed and go off the deep end and forget your logic and forget your rationality. Okay, so I feel like Spirit's saying don't worry about that, and also don't feel the need to pre-plan, propose, edit yourself. Like think so much about how someone else is going to receive you, because the best way to come out with something or just to express yourself is just like raw authenticity. And when you plan something, you still are being authentic, but you're valuing somebody else's perception more than you are valuing your own need to address something or communicate. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, so I feel like the opportunity is to speak as you feel it and speak whatever comes to mind. Okay, I know this isn't always good advice, but it's coming out here for you. And because I'm speaking to a Libra, someone who holds lots of Libra placements, I feel like, unless you've gone way off in the deep end in the darkness of the Libran energy, which you probably wouldn't be here if you did, then I feel like you can reel anything in quite easily. Okay, so I'm not too concerned here, but just speak as it is. Don't resist something that you want to say. And if something feels wrong intuitively, voice it. Surrender as well. Surrender to, let me get one more. Four of Wands. Surrender to the passion you have inside of you to build something. And to celebrate something as well. If you hear something negative about yourself, or somebody says something, like whatever off-putting, you should turn around and celebrate something about yourself. I don't know. Something like that is coming through. But yeah, I feel like there's definitely a message for your opportunity to release perfecting your communication and just trust intuitively that you know what you're saying and you know how to say it. And that's that. And you should speak from that place of like divine will and drive. It comes from source. Sometimes when we just speak, it comes from our emotions, okay? And that can be a turbulent place to speak from at times. Not always. Sometimes we need to speak from that emotional place. But other times when we just speak, it comes from source. It comes from spirit. When we sit there and we plan and we plot and we try to articulate everything properly, that's when we're too heady. We're in our mind. We're too focused on the external world, and things can get lost there. Okay, so your opportunity is the 10 of Pentacles. From the 8 of Pentacles to the 10 of Pentacles, this is beautiful. I feel like you're actually releasing two things, or some of you are unsubscribing from two things that are bothering you. Okay, I don't know what that is, very specific. But there's two things that I feel like you're saying, I'm going to put that down, or maybe I'm not that invested in that idea. This could be more apparent to you in the coming months. Perhaps you don't know what these are just yet. But when you put these two things down, you actually gain more. Your opportunity is to stand on your achievements, stand tall, and to assert kind of your dominance in some arena, some field, with yourself, with your friends. I saw a meme. I'm going to probably post it on my Instagram, but I saw a meme the other day. It was like, if you hear strange noises in the night, make stranger noises to assert your dominance. And that's coming through right now. Like, assert your dominance to those spirits, right? I feel like that's what your opportunity is here as well, is to assert your dominance, because you are well backed and you are moving forward to some kind of beautiful, I'm hearing self-serving, but not in a narcissistic way, a self-serving as in self-loving place of independence and deciding, curating what energies you want to be around you, or what you want to work with, and who you don't, or what you don't. Yeah, like, oh my goodness. This other energy, Libra, some of what they have to say about you is just bananas. There was a lot of stuff about like you needing to like revisit some lower level of like chaos, and that's just not the case. So I don't know who's trying to introduce chaos into your life, but take that as a little bit of a red flag at this point. Okay, so Page of Cups for your challenge. The only card that isn't a pentacle, and it's in the reverse. Of course, this would be the challenge, right? This is, in the upright, making a generous offer, coming open-hearted, coming vulnerable to a situation, apologizing. This could also be emotional immaturity in the reverse. But I don't feel like Spirit's saying that emotional immaturity is your challenge. I feel like your challenge is to recognize the emotional immaturity or intellectual immaturity of someone else and not go down to their lower level to meet them, to demand that they come to your higher level to meet you. Otherwise, no thank you. Okay? There's a message here to stick with your tribe. Those are the people who will nourish you and nurture you. So you may want to apologize to someone, or you could be put in a position where somebody's asking you to apologize, or asking you to just like take it on the chin, you know? Don't say anything, don't ruffle any feathers, just chill, you know, just like hold the balance as Libra does. But that would be doing a disservice to your intuition and your right to grow, which requires you to speak authentically. Yeah. So tell me a little bit more. Oh, we skipped the 10 of Pentacles. So wait, hold on. Tell me a little bit more about the 10 of Pentacles. I saw number 38 there. Shadow work, loving. Interesting. Yeah, so I feel like with the 10 of Pentacles for the opportunity, you could have been building some kind of idea of success or foundation, or maybe even a long-term relationship. Take what resonates. And it was built on something that maybe wasn't legit for you, didn't resonate for you, or was a thing of the past, you know, an old thing that you were still trying to incorporate as part of your current kingdom. Getting your current kingdom. Interesting. And Spirit is saying that maybe these are the two things you let go of, right? There's something that you look at within yourself, your shadow, and see what you've been holding on to that's preventing you from actually getting you to where you should be and where you want to go. So a little bit of shadow work takes you to the 10 of Pentacles, but it does feel like a little bit of shadow work. Okay? Yeah, and I feel like you need to know that some people will call you egoic when they are unsure and uncomfortable with their own inner power. So when you assert your dominance, when you assert your power, when you create from a place of divine will and drive and speak your truth, some will turn around and say you're arrogant. And I feel like that maybe you've been avoiding that. You know that. If you just come at, you just express yourself in all your color, others will have something to say. Well, let them say it, because that's their problem, not yours. Because I don't see any issues here at the current moment. I'm going to do an extended and we're going to go a layer deeper, so we'll see. But I don't see anything coming up about like this is all ego stuff for you. I actually feel like you've been suppressing your ego a little bit. And we all need ego sometimes. Okay, so you've been maybe a little bit too worried about using your ego. Because the ego is not a bad thing. Being egoic is a bad thing, and being egotistical is a bad thing. But we need our ego to survive in this world and to stand up for ourselves at times. So tell me about the Page of Cups in reverse for the challenge. In reverse, we have the Priestess, ignorant. Yeah, I feel like not trusting the challenge is to stand your ground. Don't apologize. Don't stoop to someone's level. Don't internalize something someone has to say about you, because it would be ignorance that you're internalizing. Trust your intuition. Yeah. Okay, 3 of Pentacles for your advice. This is you getting an accolade, getting some kind of form of recognition, being honored, leaving a legacy. But look at your face here. It's like, that's not a happy acceptance. It's like you're not happy to receive this. And I feel like Spirit is saying, be proud, Libra, of what you've accomplished. Because you did it. You worked damn hard for whatever this is. And maybe you haven't received this yet, and you will, or maybe you already have. But don't undermine yourself, and don't underplay your own achievements. They make you who you are, and you've earned them. So smile. So maybe you need to hang up your awards on the wall, your degrees on the wall, or maybe you need to print something out that is like, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's like you need a reminder, I feel, of what you've accomplished. Don't hide that, not from yourself and not from anyone. There's nothing to be ashamed of here. 3 of Pentacles. Destiny. Uncertainty. Here we go. So maybe somebody's jealous of your success here. Relationships and sadness. Some of you are in a partnership, or you have a friend or a family member who doesn't applaud you, who doesn't really love your successes for you. Okay, and that sucks. That's sad. I get that. Okay, relationships and sadness. That's for some of you. You need to be around people who applaud you, who lift you up. They don't always have to agree with you, but when you've worked damn hard for something and it came from your soul, and they act like it's nothing, that's toxic. Okay? So that's for some of you. Others of you, you have a lot, but you feel like you don't have anyone to share it with. What do you want to say about that? 5 of Wands. 4 of Pentacles. Well, you could be holding back on pursuing a relationship because you don't want to get into conflict. You feel a little bit guarded, or all the Marys and Misters I don't know, Marys and Misters out there are just like not really what you're looking for. That's okay. If that's the case, just take some time here to figure out what it is that you want. If you have any uncertainty here. But try to avoid being super doubtful that you'll ever meet someone, because with the Destiny card here, I do feel like something is destined when it comes to connection. This could be, this could come in when there's some kind of big change for you. Some of you, like, I know this isn't going to be for all of you, but some of you are in an unhappy relationship and you're holding on to this thing. And there's something else around the corner. I saw the Tower, the Devil, and Strength. And you got to let go of that. Ten of Swords. You know it. That's for some of you. But you're going to do it in your own time, of course. Do it when you're ready. But this is just confirmation for that person. Okay, Page of Pentacles for what's going to manifest in the next 3 months. I'm going to clarify this, and then I'm going to go into an extended. In the extended, I go a layer deeper into this message, see what comes through. The link for that is in the description box below, but if you don't want to come to that, you're like, what the hell? What's with the extended? Then just trust that you received all the information you need and confirmation, I feel. Page of Pentacles for what's going to manifest in the next 3 months. This is you learning something, taking up something new, becoming a student of some sort. Student of life, student of something here. Judgment. What's happening here? Hold on a second. I need one more. Unveiling. I feel like it says radiant and complementary on these cards with the Page of Pentacles. I feel like you're learning how to radiate success and abundance. I also feel like you're moving towards something. If you're starting anything new, like a new program, or you're taking up a new hobby, you're just learning to do something new, or you have some drive to do that, I feel like it's very complementary to your true essence. It's unveiling a part of you that is mysterious and deep and wants to be seen. All right, Libra, that's what I have for you. I hope that helped. I love you so much. I'll see you next time.